As of filming this video, EQ Traders is still down, and believe me, I'm absolutely heartbroken. I have heard that it's supposed to be going back up at some point, but I don't even know if what I saw and read online was factual or not. I am very sorry that there's a fire alarm going on in the hallway. I'm hoping it's just somebody burning down their single unit and not my entire building. I guess you'll find out later. So, why am I making this video? I wanted to upgrade some gear for some of my characters, particularly the warrior, and they're not quite 125 yet. They're 124, so I'm going to make armor that's a little bit better than what they have, because I think they're using ensanguined right now. Let me take a quick look here. Yeah, Luclinite Ensanguined Legionnaire breastplate is currently what she has on, and I think I can do better. I think you can go to Alakazam to search Spiritually Faded and find these things, right? So we have Spiritually Faded Luclinite wrist and legs, head, hands, feet, chest, and arms. I'm going to craft one of these, although I have already crafted her a full set, but I did want to go through the things and the steps to craft this. So before we actually get to this step, we want to create something called Spiritual Luclinite Transmogrifant patch. I'm probably not pronouncing it right, so we're going to search for that. And here's the patch. The patch consists of a lot of different things. You need the heavy fabric, the chainmail links, and the Luclinite sheet. And then there's store-bought things or merchant-bought stuff, which is filament, silk thread, pliers, sewing needle, and a smithy hammer. And you notice this is all being done in a forge. How? Why? I don't know. Welcome to high-end trade skills, right? How do we make these other things? Well, I have some of them here, like the chainmail links. You just use the Spiritual Luclinite ore, the pliers, and a flask of water. For the sheet, again, the Spiritual Luclinite ore, the smithy hammer, and the water. To make the fabric, that you're going to do tailoring. So let me get my tailor kit out, open. So we got Spiritual Luclinite leather, which is done with tanning chemicals, Spiritual Luclinite tainted hide, and elm-handled shears. Then the Spiritual Luclinite heavy fabric, that's done with, I think it's 8 silks, 8 Spiritual Luclinite tainted silks, the sewing needle, and spool of simple thread. So you combine that stuff to make the sheet, or the heavy fabric, right? So I don't think you actually need the leather for this step. I think that might be for the cloaks and stuff. So yeah, when you have your transmogrifant patch made out of all those things, you can do the final combine here. We use templates, just the regular ordinary templates you get from smithy supply merchants, right? The same ones that sell the smithy hammer. So you want the bracer template mold, and you want the greaves and head and so on, right? With the hammer and the certain amount. So let me go through each one of these. The wrist gets 1, the legs gets 3, the head gets 2, the hands get 1, the feet get 2, the chest gets 4, and the arms get 2. I'm hoping this helps people if they want to craft this stuff, especially if EQ Traders doesn't come back up anytime soon. I'm low-key thinking, should I try to create some sort of a database myself? I don't know. I don't have the knowledge on how that works or how to do that. If I did, it would look like hell, and it would definitely not be as user-friendly as EQ Traders is. So I'm hoping it comes back. I really am. But maybe this video will help some of you. So we got these armor pieces done, right? Also, I did make the this cloak and the amus, and these are made with the Spiritual Luclinite fish scale sheet. And look at that, I've got over 229 of them. All those hours and hours of endless combining fish scales paid off because I've got fat stacks of fish scale sheets now. Let's go through the recipe. The amus, which is for the shoulders, it gets a shoulder pad pattern, spool of simple thread, round cut tool, oval cut tool, Spiritual Luclinite powder, which I think that's just the Spiritual Luclinite ore and the hammer, I think. Or it's maybe that in a jar of acid. I don't remember that right now, so let's just continue. The Spiritual Luclinite fish scale sheet, which that's combining scales upon scales upon scales, where you get a patch and then something else, and then eventually you get the sheet. And then you need a round cut Spiritual Luclinite topaz and an oval cut Spiritual Luclinite topaz, and the purified detergent, which I'm pretty sure you buy off of this merchant. I'll show you in a second. For the cloak, it's exactly the same recipe except 2 sheets and a cloak pattern. 2 sheets instead of 1 sheet, and instead of the shoulder pattern, a cloak pattern. The rest is all identical. You got the round cut tool, the oval cut tool, and the round and the oval cut Luclinite topaz, okay? And the detergent. So let's go see where to get the detergent. I believe it's the fishing merchant here. Why a fishing merchant? I don't know. I didn't come up with this stuff. So yeah, 209 plat per bottle of detergent. Get your detergent from Angler Winifred. All right. So now I'm gonna see what kind of combines I can make. I've got here the shoulders that I made with Fez. This is on my warrior, where I'm gonna combine some of the stuff. And I have here the otherworldly amus fastener. This is a dropped item. I don't know what to tell you about it other than it drops off mobs. I'm assuming it's off one of the later Luclin expansion mobs, right? So I believe we just have to put this in there. Put your Moobus in your Moobus, and you hit combine. And there we go. We've got a usable item now, where it is 10,851 HP, 551 AC. Let's see how it compares to what I have. Keep in mind, this has multiple augs in it, so we're gonna be switching out these augs here. This has an extra 80 AC and 425 hit points, and 4 hit point regen on this aug, along with all the heroics on here. So yes, it's going to be a pretty nice upgrade, especially once I've taken these augs out and put it in the other one. Not massive upgrade, mind you, but it is better by a decent margin. So that's that. Let's equip it. And we're going to take this, that we're going to pull the augs out in a bit. now we have some of these other things that are trickier. Let's look for the armor here. So here, like the chest armor, for example. This has a lot more slots to it. I do know that we need the otherworldly chest armor lining. That's one of them. Again, all these otherworldly items that are going in here are drops. So gotta get those from mobs, or you purchase them in the bazaar like I did. I have a buyer set up to buy these. Now I have to look at Alakazam. Alakazam is the site that did help me. It is, for some reason, the internet is not cooperating today. Everything's running really slow and badly. So I don't know what's up with that. So we do need some Luclinite Enrichment Medium. I'm not quite sure where that is. Oh, Maiden's Eye. Okay, so that gets purchased in Maiden's Eye. I'm going to take a quick look and see if either Fez or my enchanter might have this stuff. Otherwise, I'm going to have to make a beeline to Maiden's Eye. Alright, I'm going to take a quick look in my trade depot on Fez, because if I have extra, I would imagine it would be on him, but maybe not. Yeah, okay, I have some enrichment medium. I only need 8. I believe the enrichment medium is one of those things where it's just for the visible pieces. Oh, and then the emblem. Right, that's easy enough. The emblem is sold off the blacksmithing merchant. So I have my medium, and that is purchased off of a merchant in Maiden's Eye. You can look that up. It's called Luclinite Enrichment Medium. And then we go here. We want to find emblems. Just type in EMB. If you have this checked on, show only items I can use, it will show you the emblem of the warlord. If you were to click it off, you would see the other emblems for ranger, rogue, cleric, you know, all the ones that wear chain and plate, right? So we want 8 of these. 8. Yes. And I think that's it. I think that's all we gotta do is stick these in there. So here are my Luclin Enrichment Medium, just so you know exactly what it looks like and how to spell it. That's it. And the emblem. You want to make sure you're putting the right emblem in your armor. If you put the incorrect emblem, you're not going to get something you could use. If you put like a warrior emblem in your armor and you're a rogue, you're going to get a breastplate that's warrior only. You're not going to be able to use it. Don't screw yourself over. Put the right thing in there. So, moment of truth. Combine. Yay! Alright, we got it. So let's take a look. I know the stats probably won't look very impressive because, again, Augs that are going to have to come out and go into the new thing. Already, though, even with these Augs, this has better hit points, which is the key, right? We want the most hit points possible. And yeah, this Aug here is a massive improvement to my old thing. So that's going to be going in there, and it's going to make it so much better. All right, so that's going to be switched out. Let's look for the rest of the gear here. And it's basically the same for each of these items, right? I believe you can turn these into 2 separate things. By right-clicking, it will give you a description of what it needs. Otherworldly armor lining with an emblem of your class. 3 piles of spiritual Luclinite powder. Luclinite Endurant Medium. And the appropriate armor lining. If you want to make it like a higher level thing, you gotta get spiritual Luclinite powder. I don't think I have any of that on any of my characters, but that's something to consider if you want the improved version. I don't know if it's going to give me like the stats for the other version of it or not. Oh yeah, here we go. So the phantasmal or the spectral. The spectral is a lot nicer, guys. So look here. We've got almost 15,000 hit points, 14,700, right? And that's for the spectral. That's the improved version compared to the phantasmal, which is only 11,000. So if I really want to beef up this warrior, I gotta get this other stuff that goes in there. I guess what I want to do is really look up this stuff, the Spiritual Luclinite Powder. Yeah, it says alternatively you can combine emblem with 3 piles of Spiritual Luclinite Powder. And the Endurant Medium. Endurant Medium is also purchased off of the same guy that sells you the Enrichment Medium. So no problems there. I think it's just the gnome that stands right outside the Maiden's Eye area where you can buy your spells. I think it's that guy. If I'm wrong, it's then one of the ones inside the cave where you buy your spells. Don't know where that is? Well, I can make another video about that sometime. I'm trying to do a search on Alakazam about the whole Spiritual Luclinite Powder, but the site is being very, very slow. Is Spiritual Luclinite Powder smithed? That can't be it. Because I know Fez can smith that stuff. I'm gonna let's try it. Let's try it, guys. I'm skeptical. I'm very skeptical on this. Let's make sure. Okay, I do have my hammer equipped. Yeah, Spiritual Luclinite Powder. Okay, it's not dropped. It's crafted, which I can craft this all day long. I've got over 7,000 Spiritual Luclinite ores, right? Okay, so I'm gonna craft some extra powder here. I'm gonna hand it to the warrior and see if she can craft this thing. So now I'm starting to suspect that there's got to be at least one thing that is not dropped or something. It can't be this easy to get this upgraded version of the gear, right? There's no possible way it's that easy. The Enrichment Medium, right, and the emblems. 3 piles of Spiritual Luclinite Powder. Spiritual Luclinite Powder. Okay. 1, 2, 3. And then the emblem. And this is for the gloves, so we would put the gloves in there. And then the last ingredient is the Luclinite Endurant Medium, which I'm feeling it's going to be a dropped item, like a super rare dropped item. If it's purchased, that's going to be crazy. Although, I mean, I already got the dropped item, which is the lining. Oh, what if it uses a different kind of lining? Otherworldly hand. Let's take a look. I bet that's the key. I bet it's a different kind of lining, guys. Yes, the apparitional armor lining, not the otherworldly. That is where I'm incorrect. Okay, I knew it couldn't be that easy. I knew it. I knew it, yeah. Because the endurement medium is purchased. I'm sorry, you just saw me learning in real time just how stupid I am. And it's pretty stupid. So that's it. That's the key, is a different kind of lining. So I will just craft what I have here, because any tiny upgrade is going to help me a lot, right? And I'm going to have to, I don't know, maybe take a group to find out if we can kill some mobs to get that other stuff, right? I'm feeling like those drops are not just going to be named, they're going to be like raid mob named. And the chances of me getting my hands on that, other than paying out the ear in the bazaar, are very slim. But at least now you know. Hopefully this helped you a little bit. You get these level 120 armor, and you know, use it 120 to 125. There is armor that you can craft for 125. Unfortunately, I don't have access to EQ traders right now, so I'm unable to find recipes, and I've never crafted them yet, so I don't have them memorized on Fez either. So that's unfortunate, right? I don't think I have legs or feet. Yeah, I don't have the parts for the feet, unless it's here and I'm just not seeing it. But anyway, this is where I'm going to end it, guys, because I got to get ready for the raid soon. It's Wednesday when I'm filming this. I hope this helps. Either that, or I hope it entertains you in some way, seeing me trying to figure this nonsense out. As always, guys, I appreciate you. If you enjoy this, leave a thumbs up. It helps me get seen in the algorithms. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Become a channel member, or click on the links below to see my Patreon and join my Patreon. We're always looking for more guild members to join us in our guild raids and stuff, and just grouping in general. The guild is very active in grouping nightly. It's awesome. I can't believe this awesome guild of all these amazingly kind and kind-hearted people have sprung up around me and my silly channel. I love it. I do so much. Thank you everybody for watching. Have a great day and a wonderful tomorrow.
Roar echoes upon the sands. The scent of